my cutie bunnies, and welcome back to another video. And in this sacred space on the internet, we are just gonna go ahead and just go right into reading, of course. Today I felt called to just not get ready today, so that is exactly what I'm gonna do and just not get ready today. Um, the color purple is very significant for this collective in this very moment. um, you could feel more drawn to the color purple. You can see that the color purple is actually more drawn to you. You could be seeing a lot of purple. Purple is just coming to say hi to you, essentially. But also, the divine, like right before this reading, I got burned by my Palo Santo incense. And I don't know, when that happened, I just heard someone say, you you felt like you were burned. You felt like you were burned in a situation. Something just happened and it just hurt you in a way. You were burned as a result. And I think that's what Spirit wants to focus on in today's reading. So let's get on into it and see what Spirit has to say. Um, Spirit, yeah, like what should the collective know beforehand? Okay. We have the Ace of Cups and the High Priestess. Oh, and just a little preface, I am using my reference as always. So, yeah. So, there's a lot of blue, too. Ace of Cups. Okay, with the Ace of Cups, this is new feelings or relationships coming in. A new connection, platonic, romantic, doesn't matter. This is just centered around love, friendships, I'm mainly getting. There were connections, confirmation with these Three of Cups. There were friendships that just burned you in the past. They did not treat you fairly, they did not treat you correctly or respectfully. There was a lot of disrespect that was tolerated, unfortunately. Spirit does want you to know that was a form of toleration at the end of the day. I don't even know if toleration is a word. Okay, one more card, Spirit. Do you think we can get one more card out for the collective? But yeah, there were connections that just made you feel unloved, unappreciated, unseen, unheard. I just got a notification. I'm taking that as confirmation. Ooh, this fell on the floor. So this is something you need to pay attention to and aren't seeing. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Right. This is inevitable fate, but this is, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's get into this. Um, yeah, so with this Ace of Cups, feelings of creativity, what I'm getting from this is like you were the more creative one in a relationship, one who had a lot more ideas to bring to the table. You were the one who put more energy into connections in the past. You're the one planning things. I see someone being like, oh, let's go to this place. Let's check out this new restaurant. Let's check out this new site, this new famous, like, landmark, or you know what I mean? Or a new famous landmark. Just landmarks or just somewhere new that you've never been. You were this person in this relationship, and it could be romantic, but I'm also mainly getting friendship energies from this, just connections in general, right? Family, friends. And with this High Priestess, yes, you're very intuitive. You really are a person who taps into your subconscious um, mind with affirmations, with manifestation. You are that person who does listen to your inner voice. There is this sense of mystery to life in general. There's always going to be things you don't know about that you learn about. There's always going to be things that you just, yeah, just learn about. Life is just about learning. and you're very much aware of this, and you're very much a student of life. You take life by the wheel, you know, you're not scared to learn, you're not scared to face the mysterious sides of life, of humanity, of being human, and all these different beautiful things. You know, I'm feeling as if you were this beautiful person, and this other person, they weren't listening to their inner voice, they weren't as curious, you know, and it's like as if their misery was dimming down your light in the past. Like you were just this beautiful light, and someone was just trying to dim this beautiful light that you have, you know? Um, Blue is like very significant with these cards right now. Your throat chakra is being activated. I don't know why I said it like that, so I'm gonna take that as confirmation as well. But yeah, this high priestess, man, like you're really curious about life and you really are here to learn. Whereas these other people were fine where they were at. They didn't really care to level up, to learn. They didn't feel the need to continue to evolve. They were satisfied with where they were at. And what I'm getting from like these Three of Cups is like you're getting this balance, you're getting this karmic justice, happiness is being restored, joyous opportunities are going to come into your life, you know. Your sense of community is going to find you, is what I'm hearing. Like your soul tribe's going to find you, you're going to find them. You're going to find them in an unexpected place. I'm seeing someone just walking within a store shopping, you know, for errands, and then boom, you meet someone and you guys just instantly click over something that you're shopping for, or you know, like, oh, you're looking for this, me too, you know, and you guys are just laughing and having a lighthearted conversation, and that's when you guys just know I need to befriend this person, you know. And I'm hearing like that's what the other person is feeling too. Like this is a mutual connection. I'm seeing the Two of Cups because it is a very mutual connection, no hidden agendas, very pure, very divinely favored union. You know, this is where it's just two people with purest hearts, with the goodest intentions, just meeting each other and being like, hey, let's go through life together. Why not? You know, like that's what I'm saying. Like this is a collaboration that will last a lifetime, that will last a lifetime. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. I don't know why I wanted to turn that one upside down. Oh wait, it was upside down. Okay, yeah, the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Sorry guys. So this is giving like there was a power imbalance. There was like a a connection, whether it be with a former boss, former friend, former um um romantic connection, you know, an ex is what I'm hearing. But there was a connection where there was that power imbalance. There was someone who liked the feeling of being in control, of being the more dominant one in the relationship, being the one that's like, I'm saying manipulator, okay? Like this is triggering in of itself, the word, but I'm not seeing it as like, oh, they actively manipulated you, but I'm also hearing like it could be that too. Like they did manipulate you in some way, but mainly a manipulator, they just wanted, yeah, a puppet and strings, you know, and I'm just seeing someone be like, go do this, and then someone went and did it, you know, like it was just do it, and it was an order and it just had to be obeyed, you know, like that's the kind of dynamic I'm getting from this, you know, like go wash the dishes, go get that. Like it's like a lot of servant kind of energy, and you were the one playing the servant in that dynamic. That was the role you kind of played, you know? And this was just like what I'm saying, universe, tell me what spirit is telling me, what God is telling me, what your higher powers is telling me right now is that every single time you did something, big or small, whether you thought it was insignificant or not, every single thing you did, like you already did owed your due diligence. You know what I mean? Like you didn't owe nothing, and if anything, this like really, really, really put like them owing you, like they got into such a large amount of debt, of these unpaid favors that they have not like given you. You kept giving, 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 and they kept receiving, 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 and they just never gave. You never received, and universe, God, everyone was like, okay, we cannot take this anymore, and they actively had to take this person out of your life. Like it got to that point, to where you had to get fed up, to where, because this could just not happen anymore. And this amount of debt that that person racked up, obviously they're paying it back in their own way, and you're going to be receiving it. Like you're going to be receiving all of these blessings, all of these, even if it's just good luck, I'm hearing like, yeah, you've had like, you feel like you've had a string, like a long run of just like bad luck. I don't believe in bad luck or good luck. I just believe in karmic balance at the end of the day. Like I believe whatever you put out, you receive at the end of the day. And yeah, like you put out so much that you're just bound to receive it. Like you have this whole, I'm seeing like, those nets that hold stuffed animals? I'm seeing that. Like those are all your blessings. Like that's all of that all the debt you've racked up, and it's just gonna come falling, and just like it's just gonna be such a waterfall, windfall, just like sprinkling over you. Also, too, earlier today, I just got this strong, vivid, just image of someone sprinkling sprinkles on a cake and then just taking out the whole tub of sprinkles and just dumping it. So it's like universe could be like, oh, we're gonna try and like ease you into all these blessings and all these just like things coming one after the other, all these beautiful things that you deserve. And they're like, okay, let's ease into it, and then we're just gonna, that's good enough. You can handle it, and it's just gonna feel like so much, whether it's a whole group of friends when you haven't had friends in forever, like however this comes, it's coming in the form of something, and you're gonna know, like you're not gonna be able to miss it because it's gonna have a big fat confirmation sign on it, like, yep, this is yours. You know what I mean? That's exactly what I'm getting from this. Exactly. But that's it. Like, like, yeah, that's what I'm getting from this. And like with the Six of Coins, Six of Pentacles, giving with strings attached. Giving with strings attached. And I feel like, okay, yeah, with this other person, like it was just, they were so icky, like their energy, like we really don't like them. And you already know who I'm talking about too. But like this person, if once in a blue moon, if they did give and you did receive, you knew it came with strings attached. You knew down the line, oh, I did this, so do you think you could do this for me? You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of person that you were rocking with for a second, and they were just a energy vampire, just sucking and draining like the life force out of you, is what I'm hearing. Like you were just felt like a little shriveled up worm all the time, and you didn't know why, and then once you started to recover, because it did take a period of recovery after they left your reality in order for you to like get back on your feet. And like after you recover, that's when you realize, like, dang, like, yeah, like this person really was like shriveling me up. Like I was so drained, I was so tired, and I didn't even know why, until after a little bit I realized, oh, like my vitality, I'm re-energized, I'm rejuvenated. I feel like I see someone with that afterglow, like after you leave and you had your time, like I see someone looking shiny and glowing and just like glowing up. You're glowing up, and with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, like you did feel like you were having bad luck, and it was just all these, it was not just this person, right? It's just sometimes life deals you cards and you just don't know what to do with them, you know? Like, even some things, it's not that they're being served to you because you deserve it. I'm hearing someone like felt like they were going through something bad because they deserved it, and felt like they were just kind of like, you guys are just super kind souls, and you guys really do struggle with your self concept, you know? Sometimes you do question, am I a good person, right? Like, that's still something you're healing at the end of the day because of all these different things. And it's easy to be like, oh, is this string of bad luck happening because of me? Like, did I do something? But what I'm hearing, like, spirit say, is like, this wasn't supposed to be a punishment. Like, this is actually something that's just going to propel you even more in the right direction that you're already heading in, because like, you're just leveling up. This is just a level up that's just happening as, like, you're just going through all of these activations, and because of it, it's just actively activating other things within you too. So it's like you could be going through some major activations while um a little bit of like other activations are going on within the sidelines. You know, there's like a lot going on within you at this time. You know, it could feel a little bit turbulent, a little bit chaotic, a little bit crazy, like you're wrapped up in this, swept up in this tornado, you know, of just all these emotions and different things that you're thinking and feeling and going through, right? But like, you felt like this bad luck was something of, as a result of you, you know? But no, you're, these things, like that person you, we just talked about, that you experienced, all of these other things that you're going through, you know, like they're just helping you. Honestly, yeah, I just don't know how else to say it. Like, you're just going through a self activation at this time. Like, you're just seeing yourself in a different light, and you're just learning. You're just learning, you know, how to be a human, who you are. That's exactly what's happening. And you felt stagnant, you know, like with this person, there was that stagnancy. They were a physical, literal block in your life, they were a blockage. They helped delay things, you know, they were just that much of just like a block in your life. And so that's why they had to be removed. And obviously, once they're removed, their evil eye and all of their energy is going to be taken away as well. It's you're unaffected because you're not letting these energy vampires in anymore. You're not clinging to a sense of control because you felt like you had to. Like, I felt like you were in such a survival mode that you felt like you were just losing control over yourself, over everything, that you tried to just cling on to it even more, that control. And yeah, like, it's just everything just bubbled up to a point to where it just had to dissipate, you know? like like you guys had to go your separate ways, and you're finding yourself at in this moment, you know? Like, you really are. Like, you went through a period of, like, you just went through a dark night of the soul, basically, you know? Like, you're going, but it was more than a night, you know? Clear for the Ace of Cups. Clear for the Ace of Cups. Oh, whoa, that's a lot of cards. I'm gonna take the first one because world is completion, cycle. With the Wheel of Fortune too, I was actually thinking of the world card. So I wanted to see if it would come out, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure, but yet here I am. With the world card, yes, this is like, this was destined for you. You know, this is exactly something that you deserve, you know, these actual healthy friendships, these connections, these, you know, people of your family. Friends are the family you choose, you know, they are your chosen family. And your actual family can be your chosen family as well. Every circumstance and situation is different, but there is harmonious energy being fulfilled in your life after this cycle of completion, after going through that person, you know, like this person actively made you see something about yourself. And, you know, like they're helping you see, no, I am actually not that. You know, like they could have been feeding you lies and you're realizing that's not my story. I didn't write that. You know, I did not write that. And like this is an accomplishment, you know, you're accomplishing something, and I feel like you're feeling it too, like wow, like I am doing better mentally. I am seeing myself for who I am and not for what I once was or what I did or what anything. Like you're just truly coming to love and accept yourself and see yourself, you know, for who you are, the power you hold, you know, like you're seeing that those wands you wield are yours. They're your wands. You know, no one can take them from you. You have that power, you know. Um yeah, yeah, beautiful, beautiful. With these three of swords, you know, like yeah, you did have to go through that heartbreak, that sadness, that suffering, that emotional pain, you know, that cruelty of that person even to see that yes, I can't allow this disrespect. I can't allow people like these to stay in my life, to reside by my side. You know, like that can't happen. I need people worthy of me, and I am worthy of me. I am worthy of me. I'm like, oh my gosh, the sun card is just joyous. Like that's just confirmation. Like success, positivity, warmth, vitality, like all of these things are actively coming into your life, and there's a reason to celebrate. You're alive. That's reason enough. You're breathing. You know, I'm hearing some of you guys weren't even supposed to make it by 20, you know, like you guys have been through so much, you know. That's why I'm hearing like you could have even seen this person as, oh, like I've been through more, like this is nothing, like this is fine. You know, like you were just tolerating and just accepting and settling for less than what you deserve. And yeah, and like universe, spirit, your highest self, like all these people on your spirit team, all these beautiful, beautiful divine forces and your inner child, like your inner child and your highest self, like these people wanted you to feel the same way they did and see you the same way they see you. They did not want you to settle for less, and they made you see that. Now you're the same way. I will not settle for less. Why did I allow that, you know? And it's fine. You allowed that in because it taught you something. This person was a catalyst for you. They propelled you in the right direction by helping you see something about yourself, by helping you figure out things about yourself. Like, oh, I'm like mainly it is insecurity, like your worthiness of you feeling enough to receive the kind of love, to receive the kind of connections, those healthy, loving connections, you know, like, are you enough to receive that? Like, you are, you know, you are worthy of it. You are a good person, and good people should be the only kind of people you surround yourself with because you are good people. You know what I mean? Clarify the high priestess. Clarify the high priestess. Yeah, you've been through grief too. You lost something. You could have lost a sense of self. Could have lost finances. You know, finances could have been drained. I'm seeing, oh, can I borrow $5? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. And every single time they would not. They would not repay back. Okay, if I can get these. Okay. So for the high priestess, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse, Death card, and Tower card in reverse. Okay, so with this Eight of Cups in reverse, yeah, like for a little bit when you were in this relationship, there was just like there was a fear of change for a little bit. You were scared to walk away. You were scared to confront. You were just avoiding the whole thing in general. You're avoiding, how am I going to get out of this relationship? How am I going to get away? How, you know what I mean? Avoiding even just thinking about it. You didn't want to sit down and take the time to analyze and be like, you know, because you were scared of what was gonna come up, of what you were gonna face, the truth. You know, the truth is you couldn't stay. You had to leave, and that change was something of a learning curve. You know, that adjustment period is gonna be uncomfortable. You know, and it's that losing yourself so you can find yourself again. So that's the kind of formula, like, spirit, your higher powers wanted you to kind of go through, is lose yourself and you'll find yourself again. And death card, this is just confirmation for me, because like you had to end a cycle of going back to that kind of toxic ex situation that I was sort of talking about in the last video, I think. But yeah, you've truly transformed. Like, this was something that was inevitable, because there's only so much you can take. I'm seeing the Two of Pentacles in my head right now. You were doing a juggling act, you know, you were this cute, beautiful little swan floating on the water, but underneath that water, your feet were freaking paddling so fast. Like, you truly were just tr- holding a lot. Like, the mental load was mental loading in this relationship, let me tell you. Like, you were the one with all the main responsibilities, basically, you know, like you were the one, you know, you were the pillar, you were the glue holding everything together. Like, yeah, like, you really are the key. You really are the key. You are the one. You are the chosen one. Like, you are so special. You are so special, and you just bring so much to other people's lives, you know, and you bring so much to your own life that you just don't even see it. And you're just starting to see a fraction of it. You know, you're wiping off and dusting off the surface to see, like, yeah, I see a little bit, you know, but no, there's so much more hidden underneath. The gift that is you is just, there's a lot to unpack. It's a huge gift. It's infinite, infinite. But yeah, like, you really need to spoil yourself. Spirit really wants you to spoil yourself. Spirit really wants you, however that may be, whatever form that may be, a bath, food, you know, buying something for yourself. But spoil yourself because you deserve it, and you are really just coming out of a time of hibernation. With that Hermit card that we saw earlier behind the Sun card, you are truly coming out of that hibernation. You are coming out to be seen by, and be shined on, you know, shine bright like a diamond with the Sun card. Um, but with this Tower in reversal, like, this is just confirmation yet again that you did avoid a disaster. Disaster was avoided. Like you, yes, you did delay um suffering and change, you know, because there's fear of that. Obviously, there's fear of suffering and change. No one wants to suffer. If anything, you want to avoid that, right? So that's why you avoided that. That's why you may have delayed leaving, but you still left, you know. Like, yes, it may have taken you a minute, but you still left. You still got up and out. I'm really getting like, you got out, get out, you know? Like you really needed to, and you did. Like, you set yourself free from someone, you know. That's crazy. And this could be a job. I'm also getting like boss. I always keep getting boss lately. Clarify the of Cups. I'm not gonna take that one. Clarify the Three of Cups. Okay, that's a lot of cards. So I'm only gonna take the Knight of Swords because I don't know what happened. Grip is beautiful. My grip is amazing. I totally got a handle of these cards. They're huge. I should have gotten the travel size, but it's alright because I still love these cards. Clarify your cards. Huge cards for little hands. I don't know why. You have tiny, delicate little hands, you know? You're just this tiny, little, delicate thing, and Spirit really wants you to take care of yourself, really wants you to know you are this tiny, delicate thing. You can't just be blowing you in every direction, you know? You can't just be going wherever someone else is pulling on your energy is taking you. You know what I mean? Like, just because they're pulling on your energy doesn't mean you have to go in their direction. Don't matter if they're calling on you, don't matter if you just know, because like you're kind of psychic like that, you kind of are psychic like that little bunny. And so like you get these intuitive little nudges being like, oh, someone's pulling on my energy, that certain someone, or like you just know things, you know. And Spirit wants you to know this thing, okay, that you need to be careful with who you surround yourself with, who you allow in your energy, who you allow your focus to be on at the end of the day. And with this Knight of Swords, you are being more disciplined with the truth. Yes, you are this kind of person. No, you cannot hang around me. You know, you are putting a more logical. I'm hearing you're pulling more on the logistics than you are on the emotions, on the heartstrings, you know, head over heart. You are taking lead of your life. You are stepping into that power. You are charging into your life, being like, no, I know what I want. I know what I deserve. And I am not going to take anything less than that. And that's just beautiful because this is your justice, you know, you not settling for less. This is your justice. This is your justice. I don't know why. Also, I'm getting justice like Batman and Joker, you know, with Gotham City. There was like a little Joker within you, you know, like there's Joker and Batman, Devil and the Angel, right? And Joker was like in your ear being like, no, let's hang out with him more, you know, it's nothing too crazy, it's not that deep, like we'll continue. But then Batman's like, no, it is that deep. We actually got to go and save Gotham, i.e., you, because yeah, we cannot let Joker fucking corrupt our beautiful city of a woman, a woman, our city. You know, city as in Gotham is you guys. Okay, thank you. Yeah, you know, come again. Um, but yeah, with this Knight of Swords. Oh, I was reading King of Swords, not Knight of Swords. Okay, so the King of Swords had to come out. You know, someone is gonna come. That is your new friendships. You know, those people are gonna come in and they're gonna be your justice. You know, they are gonna be your truth. They're gonna resonate with you. You know, they're gonna, yeah, that's your justice. People and you. People and you. But you finding yourself is helping the people find you. So it's like a 50-50, you know, like you had to find yourself and they found you. And you guys just found each other. Beautiful. Beautiful. With this Knight of Swords, though, yes, like you are taking action, you are defending yourself and your beliefs, you know. You could be a little bit more impulsive, right? Like, but what I'm getting is like this was a good impulsiveness. It was like a ooh in the moment kind of thing. Nope, blocked. Nope, you're not. I'm not talking to you anymore. Like you sent that text. You called. You dialed in that call. You know, like you rang the phone until they answered, and you ended it. And it was like after, you know, just sitting with everything and after reflecting and after breaking down is what I'm getting, you know, like after the breakdown, after the reflection, you sent that text, you called that call in, you did something and it was just in the moment, you just ended it, you cut the cord right there, you know. And with this is just propelling you in the right direction. This is just confirmation yet again that your ability to manifest, to create, is just amplified at this time. Like your you have your full survival kit of everything that you need. You have the skill, you know, you have the desire, you know, like there's passion being sparked up within you for for yourself, you know. And like you could just becoming more passionate about yourself and your life. You're truly just trying to create a life that you desire and deserve, you know, like, and you are through manifestation, through all these different skills, you know, life skills, is what I'm hearing. But also I'm getting like there's a certain level of mastery you've been reaching with something. You could have been taking up a hobby, it could have been your career. There's something where you've poured enough time and energy into it to where you're no longer, you're far from being an amateur now, and you're actually starting to tap into a level of mastery with this thing, you know. And maybe you're going to be pouring into that and into yourself more, you know, your passions, your creativity, because I am getting a lot of like creative energy. I don't know if you can see, but there's like this air dry clay right there. And I sculpted not too long ago. So you guys could be getting into creative projects, ventures, is what I heard. So like it could be a little bit more on the serious side, but yet you're still experimenting with it all. You're still experimenting with your passions, with your desires. What is it that you want to create and become? You know, do you want to become an artist of some sort? Um, an entrepreneur of some sort? There is a level of creative energy. There is a sense of creation that is wanting to come out and flow through you at this time. So tap into it. That's what Spirit wants you to do. Three of Pentacles. Please clarify the Six of Pentacles. Three Pentacles. That's teamwork. Like that's collaboration. You know, connection. Clarify the Six of Pentacles, please. Alright. Why do the cards keep coming out like that? Why do they? The Fool in reverse. Ooh. Okay. So with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, so let's see. Fool in reverse. Recklessness. Why do I keep getting recklessness? You guys may be being a bit reckless with something. What is it? Clarify the Six of Pentacles. Recklessness. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. I get it now. Okay, with recklessness, like this is okay. Yeah, exactly. So Spirit is like, yes, you've been reckless with yourself, my darling. Like you truly need to care much more about who you talk to, what you say to them, you know, because other energy affects you at the end of the day. Who you choose to be close with, who you choose to be acquainted with, even like these things are important. And there was someone who you associated yourself way back when. Um, this could have been this was definitely in the past. It could have been recent. It could have been years ago. This was something that was just heavily impactful on your mental, you know, to where you did have to recover and find yourself, where you did lose yourself within this connection. But what I'm getting from this is like, yeah, you were just being taken advantage of, and you were holding yourself back from defending yourself, from standing up for yourself, from doing anything in support of yourself. You didn't say a word, you didn't utter a sound, you know, like you were just scared of the unknown. This was all that was familiar to you. These kinds of connections, these kinds of people, that person, you know, this job, this boss, whatever it may be. You were scared of letting whatever this was go because you didn't know. There was nothing to move on to, you know, there was nothing. So there was gonna be that hole that it left, you know, where, oh, who knows when I'll find my next friend group? Who knows when I'll find the next job? Who knows? Who knows? You know, like you were just so consumed by the unknown, you know, and you were just so reckless with yourself. You know, you did allow someone to be in your energy a lot longer than they should have, you know, point blank, period. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Now I know where this recklessness is coming from. Recklessness. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, but who knows? See, everything is coming out in the reverse. They've been spinning, spinning, spinning. Okay. So, with this two, 6 of Wands. Yeah, see, like there was so many unresolved issues that this person was just bringing up with the of Wands in reverse, you know? Like they truly, truly, truly brought up a lot of things, and like that brought a lot of emotional baggage. You know, there was a lot of loose ends that they brought up, a lot of things that they were bringing up and triggering from inside you, your insecurities, your um lack of insecurities too, but also, like, yeah, they could have created like an insecurity that wasn't even there. You know, they made you insecure about something that you weren't even insecure about to begin with. But also I'm hearing like um with these like unresolved issues, like all these baggage, like insecurities, but it's just like your sense of worth, you know, just who you are as a person. Like you did truly doubt if you were a good person or not, you know, and that even made even more of the transition, like just carry more tension. There was that resistance with that transition period because there was just so much doubt and fear you had to work through that wasn't even yours to begin with. Like it was placed on you by someone else. Like other people planted ideas and things in your head, ideas of being to be scared when you walk out the door, you know? Like there was something that made you fearful, like fearful for your safety, you know? Um like you just do not feel safe in your own body. You did not feel safe as yourself. You didn't feel safe to be seen. That's crazy. Like this is all changing around though. This is all changing around, like this, you feeling like you were being punished by the universe in some shape, way, or form. Like this victim mentality, like you truly had to work out of that, you know? Because that's crazy. Like you were in a relationship that just kind of built up that sort of mentality within your mind a little, you know? I don't know why I feel like I need to keep showing you, but this person had a lot of pride. They had a lot of pride, and you had a lot of lack of recognition in this connection. They were so prideful. They were the star. They wanted the light on them, you know? But in reality, they were never the star. You were. Like, the light was supposed to be on you, you know? The shift was supposed to be focused on you, you know? but it wasn't. Interesting. I don't need clarification on any more of these cards, honestly. Like, you're just getting better because you deserve better. Any motivational advice for collective? Any motivational advice? Like, all I'm hearing is like you have something to look forward to. You truly do, because after this mental mind games is what I'm hearing, like this mental imprisonment that you dealt with within yourself is finally dissipating. You know, like this self, this victim mentality, you know, of feeling trapped, all these negative thoughts, all this negativity is just no longer your story anymore. And you know this, But yeah, you're definitely getting a connection. Definitely. Like, that is your karmic. Just as you are owed a beautiful connection, a beautiful divinely favored union, you know? Anything else? Any motivational advice? Anything else? Because we love advice and motivation over here. But you're just leveling up. You're no longer going to be alone. You felt like you walked this path alone. You felt like you didn't know where you were going. Like, see, this is you leaving behind what you thought all that was. You know, that beautiful castle, whatever that connection was, that's what you're leaving behind. And you're like, where am I going? Confirmation. Where am I going? There's nothing out here on this deserted land for me. There's a connection. What did I say? Two of Cups. There's a connection. This is a love that is just so pure. This is a partnership that is just so mutual in your guys' attraction for each other. You guys are interested, not just like physical attraction, not just like, you guys are mainly thinking romantical. I'm mainly thinking platonic. I don't know who needed to hear that, okay? But what I'm getting from like this attraction is not physical attraction, and even if it is physical attraction, it's like in a friendship kind of way. It's seeing someone and being like interested in them and who they are as a person. Like, this is the kind of relationship you guys are going to see each other and be just interested. I want to get to know this person. I want to befriend this person. They're so cool. They're so different. They're so them. I just want to get to know them. You know what I mean? And this is how this other person is going to be feeling about you. Whatever you feel in this connection is going to be mirrored, is what Spirit wants you to know. It's like whatever you're feeling and thinking, they're feeling and thinking the same thing in their own way. You know, like, you guys are actively going through activations and cycles together. And when you guys meet each other, you guys are going to be thinking the same thing, like, oh, I want to get to know them, like, and you guys just walk up to each other and be like, hi, like, who are you, like, like, what music do you listen to, like, I just want to know, like, there's that curiosity, there's that spark being lit up within the both of you, within this connection. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And with this Four of Cups in the reverse, like, you are choosing this happiness. You are choosing to befriend this person. You're moving on and into this just new sudden awareness after being in this period of hibernation, after going through all of this and going through this whole activation, after this person catapulted you into a direction more within yourself, you left this connection knowing yourself even more. You knew who you are. You know yourself. You're more assured of who you are, and you're you're just, yeah, just suddenly there's just like this clarity washing over you. You're walking. You, for a period, were, walking with your head held low. You just did not feel good within, and now that negative energy has dissipated. You feel good. You feel good about yourself. You feel good about life. you're just revitalized. You're revitalized and rejuvenated because you chopped off this weight, you moved on, you healed, you went within, you went through that period of introspection. You did look at yourself, you did ask the hard questions, you did confront those sides of yourself. And there's this new sense of acceptance. Self acceptance is mainly what I'm getting, but also just acceptance over your life. Like, this is my life. Let me choose how the way I spend my time, how I choose to live it, who I choose to interact with, what I choose to eat, what I choose to do in my spare time, whether that's painting or scrolling. You decide what's best for you at the end of the day. And you're stepping into more of that autonomy of being like, I accept the life I deserve, you know? And I'm not going to accept anything less than that. I accept all the cards that I've been dealt with, but if there's a specific card that I've been dealt with, like a certain person, I can take them out just as easily as they have been put into the game. You know what I mean? Like, you're starting to realize you do have a certain sense of control over your happiness as well as that you don't. There's this beautiful duality in it all. You realize you do have a choice. You do have a choice. And it's just a matter of, you know, taking that leap of faith, of taking that stand. And you're taking that stand of, I am protecting myself. I am gonna preserve myself. I am gonna keep evolving. I am gonna keep being who I am. I am gonna continue to go down this path. I am gonna continue to go after this career. I am gonna continue to go after myself and like myself and learn how to like myself and learn how to love myself. Like, it's like you're accepting the things you can change and accepting the things you can't. You're accepting the things you can control and accepting the things you can't. And the things you are realizing you do have control over, you're stepping into that sense of control and you're stepping into your power. Mainly with, like, the mind is what I'm hearing, with manifestation, with those lines of thinking, with anything that you're hardwiring at this moment, whatever it is. Like, you're really, like, stepping into that and being more disciplined and putting your hand down and be like, no, this is what I'm gonna do with my life, you know? Like, I'm not about to let distractions come in. I'm not about to let people misunderstand me, and they can do that on their own time. Like, I'm gonna focus on me, like, you're very, very much just taking the bull by the horns, taking life by the horns. Yeah, this is, like, really, really beautiful. And with that sense of control, man, like, I really feel like you are, like, learning how to let go of that sense of control.